Hello there, and I know what you're thinking already. Why is your lightbox so cluttered? Well, the reason why is this is only the first episode of my epic haul from Burton, Ohio Antique Show. The Burton, Ohio Antique Show, you might ask yourself, why do I go every year for the last literally 30-some years of my life? I am addicted to this show. It was Saturday, September 27th, and my mother and my best friend here, Tess, decided to go to Burton with us for the first time. They both found incredible treasures. So, Mom and Tess, thank you for one of the most refreshing, regenerating, fantastic days of my life. You know, it's been a rough ride over the last few months, and you all erased all of my worries, all of my concerns, got me regrounded and refocused, and you helped me get my steering wheel back. You encouraged me to put my foot on the gas and go. I could not be any more grateful. To all of my friends at Burton, let me think here. I want to thank Anthony, Ed. Let me think here. Anthony, Ed. I want to thank Amber, Marcia, Tim, Maria, Steve, Jerry, Ray, Mimi. That's 10 people. Keith, I can't forget you. There's so many more. There's like 17 more resellers. I just want to say thank you so much for accepting me into your lives and understanding that I will always stand by your side. I will always be a loyal customer, and I so appreciate all of your kindness. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And how could I forget Derek? I'm sorry, Derek, if you're watching this. Amber's Derek. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you that you'll want to stay tuned to today's video, but this is the first episode of 2 action-packed episodes because I went absolutely crazy. Sometimes you'll ask what I spent at a show. I will just say I spent over $5,000 at the show. I'm not afraid to admit that. And I bought a lot of decorative arts, general line antiques, and a great array of jewelry. There is a painting on panel that I purchased that I need to do a ton more research on. And I was joking when I said to someone, it's either worth $250 or $250,000. So stay tuned. I'll show you that painting at the end of this video. Please stay with me because I'm only going to stay on for 25 minutes. I know I cram this full, but wait till you see the second episode. You're going to go crazy. In this first episode, I want to show you a virtual gold mine that I bought. Absolutely incredible deal. 68 grams of 14 karat gold, alone worth over $4,000. I think $4,420 to $4,828 based on the gold value today at the recording of this video. In the rest of this, there's an incredible platinum and diamond ring, a beautiful 14 karat gold and diamond pendant, Bakelite, amber, garnets, this beautiful boucher. Are you kidding me? I've had this brooch now twice. What an honor to have this trembler twice. It is boucher. It's signed right there, boucher. Absolutely incredible trembler, and look at the movement. And even when you set this down, watch what happens. It continues to rock back and forth for a long time. This brooch in the center, let me remove this now. When people ask me what I wore to Burton, this was the center of attention on my wardrobe. Oh, and I forgot to thank a viewer and extended family, Craig Adams. It was a pleasure to meet you in real life. So you can kind of be my proof that I am exactly who I say I am. Craig, you were wonderful, and I loved your turquoise cuff. And yes, we're kind of twins. So, Craig, it was wonderful to meet you, and I hope you got back home safe to Pennsylvania. So thank you so much for stopping me and for saying hello. That was wonderful. There were other people, oh, and this is Shriner of New York. There were other people there that I had met that are viewers of the channel and extended family, and I'm so sorry I forgot your names. I was deep into shopping, and you all said to me, we don't want to distract you. We just wanted to say hello, and it was wonderful to meet all of you in real life. This is a gorgeous garnet brooch, and garnet is my birthstone. Why I bought this one is the stones are so much larger than usual, and look at those bezel set garnets, and the cut and the color was magnificent. All of them were there. This was only $75, and I got it for a lot less. And I don't think I'm going to sell this one. I think this might stay with me for a while. So sorry to be a heartbreaker, but if you ask yourself, where do I sell? I do sell on eBay full-time. Haven't done listings in a very long time, but I will come winter time. And I do sell on YouTube, right here on YouTube. So go over to Bully Run Coffee. Bully Run is all one word. Coffee separately. We sell on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A lot of these pieces will be coming to a Bully Run sale, so please check it out. So let's do the boucher. Check that out. Absolutely awesome. I paid very little money. Don't want to make a comment because I will be selling it. And a lot of times on my channel, I don't say what I pay for pieces because I do sell them. As soon as they come in, I get them right back out. 2 incredible Bakelite bangles. Look how wonderful those are. They sell very quickly. This is my most popular seller in Bakelite bangles. They're very easy to stack. They're high dome. They're substantial but comfortable. Circa dating 1950, maybe 1960. Great color saturation. Let me set those 2 pieces out. And a strand of amber that is very vintage because look at the old string tag that was still there from the original price tag from so long ago. Look how that's faded over time. That's a very early price tag remnant. And check that out for genuine amber. I will make a comment. This was only $15. And look how big the turquoise, or I'm sorry, the amber nuggets are. Why did I say turquoise? Because I'm staring at these earrings right here that are turquoise. And can I tell you the truth? I'm recording this video very, very late at night. It is officially cricket time. It is 11:45 at night, and I should be in bed. So please excuse me when I make a mistake, because these are definitely genuine amber, and they're amazing. I love how they graduate. That's an amazing strand. And I bought those, I think it was $10 or $15. I did buy this for $10. It's a carved wooden horse pin. It's missing the pin back. It would be a very easy fix for me. Such brooches used to be worth not much, and now they're worth an absolute fortune. So if you see the carved wooden pins, please go after them. If you love the whimsy and a labor of love of carved wooden pins, please go over to my wooden pin video. I would greatly appreciate the views. I really would like to encourage people to go back to past videos because it does help my channel. This is, of course, a Herkimer diamond. This is quartz crystal out of Herkimer, New York. It is double terminated. Look how clean and clear that is. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that just fantastic? And this was only $2. It's a giant one, and you know I want to turn that into a magnificent ring. You know that I want to turn that into a huge sterling silver ring, and I'm going to. I absolutely love the way that captures the light. It's such an incredible, incredible version of a Herkimer diamond. So I'm going to use that in a ring for myself. Bakelite earrings. These are a quick sell. Great green color, carved. I believe these were $5, and look how large they are. Incredible carving, and I love that button style. Very classic. Again, late 50s, early 60s. This was the first piece that I bought. I usually don't buy Victorian trinket boxes much anymore, but anything involving a dog, I'm in. Check this out for a fairing. This is called a fairing. These were prizes at early fairs, early kind of carnivals. They were very much so, very Victorian. They are porcelain. As soon as I saw this started my day. In the next video, there's another fairing. I think it's like a dresser with like crossed swords on it. And they were both $10 a piece. The dealer gave me $5 off, so they were $15. Such a little box years ago. These were like $85, $95. Now they're down to like $45, $55. This one's just great with the 2 dogs. I would still say I would not be happy unless I got $65 to $75 because it is such a great version of a fairing. A lot of times these are European, sometimes imported to the United States. I could do a whole video on fairings. I would prefer to not do that because I want to stay really focused on jewelry on my channel. If you want a video on porcelain and vanity boxes, leave it down in the comment section below and I'll get to that eventually. These are some of the most incredible Zuni earrings As soon as I saw these in the showcase, I had to have them. There is the signature. I'm still doing research on the artist. There is the signature. To all my Native American jewelry collectors out there, if you know that signature and can save me some time, please do so. They are Zuni, and there is the signature. And it's not familiar to me of the Zuni makers that I know. These are old. So these are vintage, sterling silver, and look at the fineness of those turquoise stones. Absolutely incredible. I just, as soon as I saw these, I said yes. I decided on the way home to put them on. And once I put them on, I decided I did take them out of my inventory. So these are going to be a keep for me for a little while. And I decided to pull them out of the inventory. I said, I bought them for resale and I'm going to pull them. I'm not reselling them. Look at the fineness of that sterling silver and the size. I hope you understand how gigantic these are. That was one of the best pickups in Native American silver that I found that day. There were many squash blossoms. And someone says, you buy an awful lot. And I said, you should see what I left behind. I had one very similar to this many months ago. This is a sterling silver box. It is solid sterling silver. I had one extremely similar, like almost identical. I sold it for $75, and this one was only $20. I loved that beautiful enamel work. I thought that was exceptional. Let me show you two of the glass pieces that are off camera before we get into the gold. Oh, and carnelian beads. And why I bought these, I really liked the color, but I liked that these weren't perfect. There is a slight variance in shape and finish, and I just liked that they were unusual. And it is a great length, I would say about 24 inches. And look at the luster. When you check out your gemstone beads, meaning when you look close, see that how the ring light creates an exact circle? That polish is very, very high. It's a very high polish, meaning the quality of the gems, I should say the beads themselves, is very high. So that is a fantastic show of quality. Now, the stones themselves with the imperfections, they are a little bit lower, quote, gem grade for carnelian. And I just really loved these. There was just something there that as soon as I touched them, I went crazy. These, I believe, were only $10. And for a strand that big of millimeter and vintage, I just liked the imperfections. Normally, I would like my beads to be a little bit more perfect, but these just had something going for them. And what a bargain at $10. This is fry glass. Let me scoot the diamond ring out of the way. Not very many times I'll say, let me scoot the diamond ring out of the way. And let me scoot this giant bag of gold out of the way. But don't move. Look how much gold I bought. And I can't believe how much this weighed when I got home. Dealers did not really check their inventory. With the surge in gold, a lot of these prices were a very long time ago, and some dealers don't set up but once every year or once every 3 or 4 years. The gold value had went up drastically on these pieces, and they did not reweigh the gold, which is an advantage for me. But I bought a lot of things from these dealers, so the additive process, I spent an awful lot, but I walked away very ahead, is what I will say. Dugan Glass Company, 1905. Indiana, Pennsylvania, art glass bowl, and this is considered frit glass. It was $50. They gave it to me for $40. I basically paid what it is worth. I have a very large collection of this Dugan glass, and it was reminiscent of the art glass of, Tiffany, Lotz, those makers. Love this form, and I loved the way that frit is across the surface. The condition was wonderful. I would date this around 1905, maybe 1907 into 1910. That's the best guess I will have. I loved this pinched and 3-lobed design. Very beautiful, almost in the style of a rose bowl. Not quite there, but definitely used for flower arranging. And what a gorgeous luster on this surface. You will find this in green, blue, an aqua color, and like a yellow and a pinkish color. Very, very cool for Dugan glass. And I do have, I believe well, I shouldn't say only. I think I only have 11 Dugan pieces now, but they're all different. And I can do a video on Dugan glass, or if you would like to see like Dugan and Lotz together for a comparison contrast. Platinum and diamond ring, a single diamond stud earring. And what was great about this was it was sold as costume, and that's a 1/2 carat diamond. That was in a $2 bin. So that was out in the field for $2. And I'm so glad that I took my time. I really did buy it as a CZ because I thought it was, but then I knew it was 14 karat gold, and it is a diamond, and I was very happy to get that home. Let me close this up and get this out of here. And here is the single diamond pendant in white gold with that buttercup mounting on a beautiful 16-inch 14 karat gold chain. And I think this one was $120, but I love the simplicity of that solitaire diamond. Very, very, very indicative of the 1950s. You know, that buttercup style is earlier Victorian, but this one is definitely not Victorian, and of course not, because it's white gold. Let me hang that up so I don't tangle that up. And I forgot to say, thank you so much for your time and your attention on these videos. Someone said to me, why won't you take us with you when you go to such shows? And I said, to be perfectly honest, it's highly distracting to video and to shop. And I will say, and be very forward, I needed time with my mother and Tess. I needed time with my friends. I needed time with my dealers. And it's just a personal thing. I'm going to zoom in on this bag. I really just needed the time away from the videos, the camera, YouTube, comments, emails, texts, you name it. I needed that space and I needed that time. And I so appreciate you all understanding. But all the people that I had mentioned and the dealers and the viewers of my channel that I had met there, you know, because I engaged you, I talked with you, I took time with you, I laughed, I cried, I laughed again, I cried some more, I shared stories, I caught up with friends, dealers that I hadn't seen for many years, and I just couldn't put the phone up. Tess took a lot of pictures. She got some shorts for me. I'll be posting those sporadically to share the people that I took photos with there, and some of the things that I bought that are decorative arts. I did a jewelry repair for Marcia, my dear friend. A brooch was missing 2 seed pearls, and I brought my seed pearls and I restored the brooch for her. I matched the pearls so that she could get the brooch restored at her jeweler's. And it's those things that really truly mattered in that specific day. And I so appreciate you understanding. Otherwise, I'd be glad to take you with me while I'm buying all these pieces, but it's somehow easier for me to shop, buy them, process all of this. You know, when you're spending that many thousands of dollars, you really don't want a camera in your face. You really, really don't. I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think it's kind. And it's also not nice to the people that are selling to me in case they don't want to be on camera. You know, I don't want to be invasive. I don't want to be disrespectful. There's enough of that on YouTube, and I don't want to be a part of it. Okay. Platinum diamond, it's over 1 carat in diamonds. Again, as soon as I saw this, that was it. I fell in love. I said, that's the best version of an Edwardian into transitional Art Deco I've seen in a long time. The stones are European cut. They all have a very high crown angle, a very small taper. table and an open culet. If you don't understand those terms, please go over to my past diamond videos, and I do discuss all of that in those videos. But look at the scintillation and the proportions of those diamonds. Now, this is transition between Edwardian and Deco. See how it still has that diamond lace? It looks like frozen lace, which is very Victorian, but then it almost starts to get very angular with those kind of scrolls that are very stylized, and then the kind of very dramatic V shape. But look at this, the subtle curves still. So that is transitioning between Edwardian and into Art Deco. I would say because of the style of the stones and the overall feel of the ring, I consider this Edwardian. That's just me. It's just my personal choice to say that, but it does transition. And look how deep the diamonds go. I've covered this before. These are optically smaller than they actually weigh, but did you see how deep those diamonds go? That's where you get that fire and scintillation that contemporary diamonds simply don't have. I've said this before. Set me free and set me loose in a big box store, and I'll outshine any diamond in those cases. I challenge those people to explain the, quote, ideal cut diamonds of today. I will put you out of business. So I love this. I absolutely love this. It's gorgeous. It's going to stay with me for just a little while. And another ring that I'll be doing a video on soon was this one. And I'll be doing a video on this. It's incredible, is all I'll say. One of the most outstanding I've seen in a long time. 3-stone platinum. Exceptional stones, very large, very clean, and that design is just totally timeless, and I love it. All right, now we'll get, let me show you. Before I run out of time, here's the painting. Let me zoom out, and here is the painting. I should have fair warned you. This is the one that, like I said, it's either, and I jokingly said it's $250 or it's $250,000. I don't think it's 250, and I don't think it's 250,000. Let me zoom out a little bit more to kind of squeeze him in here. He's not going to get in, but he's holding, let me show you, he's holding a thistle in his most gorgeous, handsome, but elegant hands, a brooch with a cross and a bell. The collar says money. The eyes are so fantastically done. And look at the warmth of the face. The thing that I knew that wasn't fake about this is the craquelure, or this kind of crazing, is very chaotic across the surface. By no means am I a painting expert, but I've had a lot of experience with paintings. This is on panel. Look at this. Look at that, and check this out. Okay, let's go in and take a look at that surface. So leave down in the comment section below. Let me show you the back of the panel. Very interesting writing here. I did have someone look at this. They told me what they were suspect of in terms of what they felt. Also, it's written in columns, and supposedly it's not supposed to be. We'll get into that in another video. If you have any comments on that, please let me know down in the comments section. And check out the age of this board. That is not synthesized at all. The wear is completely correct. And let me show you the surface that is underneath the painting, okay? That's why I'm saying I do feel that this is a very early work. The detail is exceptional, the life there. I'll show this in the next video. I'm gonna have to do a lot of research on that. A lot of people will say, I'm glad you took the chance. And look at this. Yeah, for Japanese cloisonné enamel in its original box, I said, yes, please, dresser tray. Absolutely sellable. And I guess we're going to do another video on this because I want to talk about this. This is Stephen Correa. It is totally signed by him on the bottom. It is signed Stephen Correa, and it's dated 12/1 of 83. There's a lot of information of Stephen's work online. This was priced at $75. Immediately, as soon as I saw this, I said, I'm buying it no matter what. The lady was so gracious. I did not ask for a discount. She sold it to me for $50. Look at that pulled feather design and that iridescence on that very misty cranberry color. This is the most common of the color of the pulled feather. They also did it in a blue color, and I think in a purple, like kind of a light lavender color. This vase, I would say because of the scale of it and the age and signed by Steven, I still think it's worth around $325 retail. A smaller one, maybe $165, $175. And I loved that pulled feather surface. The iridescence and the way it pushed and pulled the light, the quality and the craft of this piece, I just was completely seduced by. And this lady was so kind to me. Like all the vendors there, she was just so nice. And there again is the foot, signed Correa, original sticker, and then it says Stephen Correa V 12183. The VMF is the kind of cataloging number, if you will. So guess what? I think this is going to have to be a 3-part rather than a 2-part, because I'll just give you a quick peek. I am going to run out of time because guess what? I am starting a whole new trend, and that is be kind to Jason. So I want some rest tonight. I do. Otherwise, I would stay with you for another 20 minutes. This is 14 karat gold. These are 14 karat gold. And I have to check the stones, but they are diamonds. I have to check the center stones. Comes with the matching pendant right here on a huge 14 karat gold chain. Very lovely 14 karat gold earrings, 14 karat white gold earrings, and a gigantic and very heavy rope. I did weigh just this little, let me show you this. I did weigh this small amount. It was 68 grams. And I can bring this on and weigh it in the next video. 68 grams. Look at this gigantic, absolutely gorgeous gigantic pendant. And look, the hallmark was missed. 14 karat. And look at the wear. Let me show you the wear on that jump ring. When you see that, that's gold, because gold does wear. Check that out. It's so gigantic and so heavy. What a lucky day. So you'll want to come back for this for $4,020 to $4,828. Thanks for joining in. Love you much.